pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this defense for the Texans, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On play action, they'll throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. "35 yards that time on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Strip that ball. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Now Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McLeod. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
First down, Colts.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more.
And finally taken down at the 34.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ben Banagoo able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll drop to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Dancing, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Quick throw to Collins. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And taken at the 46. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
There we go. Now, come on.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. In trouble, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jimmy Moreland.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
A 48-yard attempt.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. It's headed right. It's no good. He misses wide of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it. And that one never wanted to come back.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Back to throw now on 2nd and under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Ben Banagoo able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go set. 19. Number 53. 59. I'm scared. Let's go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Wide. Get wide.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
It's fourth down.
So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun, Watson.
Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Now they try the right side here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to fourth down. Now Watson going to sneak it.
Well, you just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Watch 15. Watch 15. Mike 15. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Second down and goal. Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation.
I got wide.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. 3 buzz. 3 buzz. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Now the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They run once more with Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Room to run again. Room here to run. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
Watson off play action. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. It got his man complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Indy. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Taylor, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how it...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ben Banigou picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
2nd and 20. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ben Banigou getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll look to throw here.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On the move to his left. Wide open receiver, complete.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete. Albert Okuebuna. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Albert Okuebuna. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
53's the mark. 53. Check.
Here's Watson. Under pressure, they got him again. DeForest Buckner in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Here we go. 15. Mike 15. Not here. Hey, check 25.
Watson. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation, because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Colts, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to make